Every family has a different routine, yet each family has a clear rhythm we call a typical day. How does a normal day look in your family? Hello and welcome to our podcast. Great that you joined us today. I'm Mike.
Hi from me, too. I'm Jessica. Today we talk about something very normal but also very important. Family life.
Family often sounds like something big. In truth, it is many small moments, morning, meals, mess, but also closeness and routine. That is exactly what we want to explore today.
Yes. Almost everyone knows these scenes. No matter if you live with kids, partners, parents, or roommates, home life connects many people.
These are also moments where language comes naturally. We talk about time, food, plans, feelings, all very normal.
And that is why family life is a great topic to hear and understand English. The words feel familiar, the scenes are easy to imagine.
Let's start with the morning. The morning often tells a lot about the day.
Oh yes, in our house morning is rarely quiet. My daughter is my alarm clock. Sometimes she calls, sometimes she sings. It is chaotic but also very lively.
That sounds full of energy. My start is calmer. My alarm rings, and I need a moment to arrive. 2 minutes in bed, then I get up.
I admire that. I usually need a bit longer, but then coffee comes, and everything feels better.
For me it is tea. Green tea, very calm. I drink it by the window and look outside for a short moment. That is my time.
Such small rituals help. After that, the hustle begins. Make breakfast, pack lunch boxes, check who leaves when.
Right. On weekdays, everything is faster. On weekends, it is more relaxed. Then we have more time for breakfast together.
We often sit together for a short while. 5 minutes, not more. But this time feels precious before everyone goes separate ways.
I know that. These short, quiet minutes give energy for the day.
After that, we organize a lot. Who drives whom, where, who shops, who remembers the trash. Family also means planning.
Yes. Many roles come together. Parents, kids, partners, and sometimes roommates. Everyone has tasks.
And sometimes everything works, sometimes not. Then we laugh, and sometimes we look annoyed. That is part of it.
That makes daily life real. Not perfect, but lively.
I think these small scenes create family, not the big events, but the daily time together.
And that is what we will keep talking about today. Meals, evenings, little conflicts, and nice habits.
The morning was only the start.
Then let's walk through the rest of the day together. Now we are in the late morning. For me, this is an interesting time in family life. The morning is over, but the day still has much ahead. Often I notice right then how many things run at once. Work, house chores, thoughts. At this hour, structure is very important.
Yes, that is true. In our house, the late morning is a time to sort things. I sit down, look at my list, and breathe once. Not everything is family, not everything is work. Most days it is a mix of both. While I think about appointments, the laundry waits and the phone rings. Right here, the day often decides if it will be calm or hectic.
I know that well. In the office or at home, I plan tasks, answer emails, and discuss projects. Then a sudden call comes from the apartment. The dishwasher makes strange sounds. Something is broken. I must think again and replan. These moments show me how important flexibility is.
Flexibility is really a key word. That is why a simple weekly plan helps us at home. It hangs on the fridge and shows who does what. No pressure, only guidance. For the kids, this is exciting too. They read the tasks, talk about them, and learn new English words. Language is just part of daily life.
I like that a lot. In our shared house, it is similar. We do have an app, but in the end, the talk counts. If you don't speak, chaos grows. If you talk, solutions appear. And sometimes there is laughter too.
Oh yes, laughter is a must. Last week we had a discussion about small chores. In the end, we all laughed, and the mood became lighter at once. The kids notice that too. They learn that you can talk even when things are not perfect.
Music helps me in such moments. When I do chores, I turn music on. Then cleaning feels almost like a break. Movement, rhythm, and suddenly the work is done faster.
With us, it often turns into a little family action. The kids dance, and we tidy up. They learn that chores can be fun, and they hear English words and sentences at the same time.
Exactly. Language does not live only in a book. It lives while we plan, laugh, and work together.
Still, there are days with pressure. You want to do everything right. But I learned to stay calm. Perfection is not realistic in daily life. It is important to plan fair and allow breaks.
I feel the same. Not everything has to be done today. One step after another is enough.
If I sum up this part of the day, I see 3 things that help: talk, plan, and keep humor.
And small routines that give support without being too strict.
That way, family life stays lively and easy to follow.
Now we reach a very lively part of family life: communication. For me, this is where everything happens in one single day. Talking, listening, misunderstanding, laughing, sometimes arguing, then making peace. Often it already starts at lunch.
Yes, I know that well. At the table, many needs meet. One person wants to share a story. Another wants to eat in peace. Someone else is searching for something. Voices overlap, and suddenly the room is full of motion. It is not always easy, but it is part of family life.
In our house, several things often happen at the same time. Someone shares an exciting story from school. Another asks for the salt, and suddenly you feel the mood change. Then it is important to pause for a moment.
Exactly. In such moments, mindful breathing helps me. I breathe in deeply once, then breathe out. After that, I calmly repeat what I want to say or ask. That often changes the situation already.
That is a good way. In our house, you can sometimes see in the body that something is wrong. Someone sits still with crossed arms. Then I know. This is not about small things. I ask gently and clearly, "What is bothering you right now?"
Open questions are very important. They show that you listen and want to understand. Do not react at once. First, give space.
Humor also helps me a lot. When tension rises, I sometimes try to break it playfully. A small pun, an exaggerated role, a silly line. Often that is enough to make everyone smile.
Humor works surprisingly well. With us, it helps especially with kids. Once my son absolutely refused to eat vegetables. I drew a small face on the plate with the sauce. That changed the mood at once. He had to laugh and at least tried one bite.
That is creative. And it shows that communication is not only words. Face, hands, voice tone, all of that counts.
Still, there are moments when humor is not enough. Then a pause is important. Each person steps away for a short time into another room or another spot. Distance helps to sort the thoughts.
I agree. After a pause, you can speak more clearly. A simple sentence helps me then. I see that you are angry right now. Let's talk about it later. This sentence accepts the feeling without giving pressure.
That is very valuable. Name feelings without judging them. That creates safety.
And then there are those typical mishaps in family life. Small mistakes that feel stressful in the moment but later become stories.
Oh, yes. One time my husband brought home the wrong backpack. We only noticed when we opened the lunchbox. The kids laughed so hard they could hardly speak.
Such moments stay. Mine was a cooking attempt. I put rice on, forgot the water, the pot smoked, the smoke alarm started. Since then, that rice has its own name in our house.
That is exactly what I mean. Mistakes happen. If we can laugh about them, they lose their weight.
Communication in family life means for me, ask questions instead of blaming, allow pauses, and keep humor.
And accept that not every day is calm. What matters is how we treat each other.
This way the family keeps talking, even when it gets bumpy.
And that is exactly what makes it lively and strong.
We just spoke a lot about laughter and active moments. Now I want to slow down. This part is about calm, about the silent times in family life that we often miss, even though they give us strength.
Yes, these moments are not loud or showy, but they matter. At our place, they appear by themselves. We all sit in the living room, but each person does something else. My husband reads the paper, the kids draw or build, and I stitch a small pattern. No one talks. You hear only paper, pencils, breathing. This silence feels warm.
That sounds very peaceful. Such moments often come to me in the afternoon. The light gets softer and fills the window. I sit in a chair, make herbal tea, and look outside. No phone, no music. Only the view and thoughts that slow down.
That is what I mean. Many think family is always loud, yet soft closeness is just as strong. You do not need words to feel connected. I recall a time my daughter leaned on my leg for a long while. We said nothing. Later, she whispered, "That was nice." Then I knew silence can create closeness.
That touches me. Kids feel calm very directly, maybe stronger than adults. I try to protect such pauses on purpose. Sometimes I place a note on the kitchen table. Quiet zone, please. It is no ban, more an invitation.
That is a lovely idea. We have a small ritual. We own a singing bowl. When I tap it gently, everyone knows. Now it gets quiet. The tone is soft, almost magic. The kids love it.
I like that. Silence sometimes needs a sign. Not strict, but friendly. Light can help too. Less brightness, fewer voices.
Yes, and inside the quiet, something happens. Thoughts rise, memories, sometimes worries. I try not to hold them. I breathe and let the thoughts drift on. If something stays important, I write it down later.
I do the same. A small notebook helps me empty my head. Afterward, everything feels clearer.
I also think silence helps during conflicts. When tension is high, a brief quiet moment often works better than many words.
Absolutely. A walk to the window, fresh air, a few breaths. After that, you speak differently.
I love this calm, especially in the evening. In summer, I sit in the yard. The kids sleep, the air is warm, crickets chirp. I water flowers and hear the water. In these minutes, I feel gratitude.
It was similar for me last winter. Thick snow fell. We stood at the window. No one spoke. Everything was muffled. Those 10 minutes changed the whole day.
Silence is like a tiny vacation in the middle of daily life.
Yes. And it is possible everywhere if we allow it. We have reached the evening now, my favorite time of day.
Mine too. The day slowly goes to sleep, and we join it.
How does your evening ritual start?
At 5:30, I call dinner. Then everyone comes out of their corners.
Do you have a fixed meal plan?
Monday soup, Tuesday pasta, Wednesday leftovers, Thursday pancakes, Friday pizza. So everyone knows.
That saves discussions. At our place, the first person home cooks.
Bold concept. What if no one feels like cooking?
Then we make grilled cheese. Simple, quick, tasty.
Nothing wrong with grilled cheese. The kids love it too.
During dinner, we ask 3 rounds. What was good today? What was hard? What did we learn?
Nice structure. Everyone gets talk time.
Yes, even the quiet roommate gets a stage.
Our kids speak first, then we parents. They listen better that way.
After eating, you surely clean up.
Right. One clears plates, another wipes the table, the third starts the dishwasher.
Teamwork ends chaos faster.
Exactly. What do you do after dishes?
We dim the lights and light a candle. That signals. Now it gets calm.
Oh, candlelight changes the mood at once.
Then we sometimes play a short card game. 20 minutes max.
Which cards?
Uno or quick go fish. Easy, funny, no big rules.
We often read together. One reads aloud, the others listen.
Which book now?
A kid's mystery. Each page ends with suspense, perfect for reading aloud.
Our listeners can try the same. Reading out loud trains language and builds closeness.
True. After reading, we put the kids to bed. Brush teeth, pajamas, one more kiss.
And then? Couch time?
Yes. My husband and I sit on the couch with tea. Sometimes we talk, sometimes we rest in our quiet cloud.
I often walk 10 minutes around the block. Fresh air clears the head.
Good ending. Do you listen to music?
No. I hear the city softer, tires on asphalt, far voices.
Almost like an audio play of real life.
Right. Back home, I write 3 things I'm grateful for.
A gratitude journal. I often suggest that to friends.
It closes the day on a positive note. Even on hard days, I find small lights.
Mike, are there evenings that fail?
Of course. Sometimes an email brings stress, or someone argues late.
What do you do then?
I set a timer. 10 minutes for anger, then I switch off on purpose. Simple, but it helps.
Good trick. We have a reset button on the fridge, a red magnet. If someone pushes it up, it means please restart, change topic.
Love it. Visual signals work well, especially for kids.
Our daughter uses it often when homework went wrong.
This way, all learn that failing is okay and new starts are possible.
Exactly. After such a reset, we breathe 3 times deeply and move on.
One more ritual. No phones in the bedroom. We use an analog alarm clock instead.
Yes, a blue light free zone. Then I read 2 pages of a poetry book.
Poems before sleep calm the mind.
Sometimes I write small lines myself. Not perfect, but honest.
Maybe one day we will hear a Jessica poem here.
Who knows? For now it stays private.
Fair. Our listeners can be creative too. Paint, write, play soft music.
Or simply review the day in the mind and let go.
Letting go is the key word of the evening.
Mike, I feel our voices lowering right now.
Yes, the evening pulls us down into relaxation.
Maybe some listeners already sit in bed, lights almost out.
Then we wish them sweet dreams now, but we stay a bit longer.
Right. One last look at the day. We worked, laughed, argued, breathed, learned, and now we rest.
A complete circle. Family means movement and support at once.
A lovely thought.
Thanks. With this, I gently lead to the end of our episode.
Not yet. We still need your summary in a moment.
True, but that sentence was already a good transition.
Mike, I like your idea of the circle. That is a good line to wrap things up, right?
Yes, that fits. Should I quickly sum up what we talked about today?
Sure. Take your time and sum it up for our listeners.
Okay, here comes my summary. We followed a family through one day. We started in the morning. We talked about alarms, coffee, tea, and small plans for the day. We saw that small rituals, like shared breakfast or a short talk, give structure. Then we spoke about late morning and tasks. We mentioned weekly plans, apps, and plenty of humor while cleaning. Key points were communication, fair sharing, and flexible breaks. Next came the chapter on talks, conflicts, and laughter. We shared tips: ask questions, breathe, use humor, and pause when it gets heated. Our stories with headphones, remote control, and water-free rice showed how mistakes become tales. In the fourth part, we listened to silence. We described quiet afternoons, singing bowls, notebooks, and digital breaks. This calm gives energy and space for thoughts. Finally, we reached the evening. There we spoke of set meal plans, candlelight, short games, walks, and gratitude journals. A red magnet reset reminded us that a new start is always possible. Through the whole day ran one theme. Family means movement and support at once. Small rituals, honest words, humor, and mindful quiet build a warm home together.
Thanks, Mike. That was clear and easy to follow. I think our listeners now have a full picture.
I hope so. I enjoyed talking with you.
Me too. It was nice to hear your view as an optimistic roommate.
And I learned a lot from your experience as a good listener and mom. I will really try your singing bowl.
Do that. Maybe some listeners will write us which quiet signs they use at home.
That would be exciting. In general, tell us what helped you most or what you want to change at home.
We look forward to every message. Now it is time to wish our listeners a good night or a good day, depending on when they listen.
Right. So, dear folks, thanks for being with us. Take a small moment of calm today, maybe right after this episode.
Or laugh out loud about a mini mishap. Both are good for you.
We say goodbye for today. I say, stay curious, stay kind, and see you next episode.
A warm thanks from me, too. It was really pleasant chatting with Mike about daily life. We hope you listened relaxed and picked up a few new words.
Tune in next time as well.
Take care and have a nice day or a calm night.
Bye and see you soon.
Bye.